Welcome back to the 1009 podcast. We got the whole crew with us again. It's been a pretty busy week since we last talked. Trade deadline ended, some NFL news, a lot to get into. How are y'all doing today?
Better than Deshaun. I feel like Grace was about to say that. That seems like a great
you
liner.
completely not have nothing to say. I'm also doing fine.
I wish we could get Beezy in the call.
Yeah.
I'll work on that. Get a little guest in here. The strongest Deshaun
Stan. Yeah. So I
We
mean,
need some space right now, probably. So
talking about it, might as well get into it.
If you guys have been living under a rock, we're talking about Deshaun Watson being a serial sexual assaulter. And the chick in the NFL, they went through a process, the new CBA, where it was like a third-party judge, and then just the judge decided with all the evidence that he should be suspended 6 games. So obviously the NFL appealed that. 6 games, $300,000 from his contract. But he still gets a $48 million signing bonus.
45, yeah, plenty.
Oh, sorry. That $3 million is going to hurt, man. I don't know. But the NFL appealed, right? The NFL appealed, and
Yes,
I don't know. What they're looking for a 1 year with indefinite?
they want indefinite, which means at least a year. Yeah.
Which means he's not playing again.
Well, yeah, and
Well-
so Goodell actually deferred the ability to actually rule on the appeal to a New Jersey AG whose name I do not have written down, but that came out. We're sitting here
Yeah.
about 6 o'clock, hour and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah,
Guy I never heard of, but yeah, that will be the one
He
deciding
hired
his fate.
a Jersey Attorney General?
Yes.
I wonder if the New Jersey sexual assault laws are lax. It's less to prove. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Did he have that guy in his back pocket or something?
Well, Goodell's everyone in his back
Yeah,
pocket.
that's true.
Right. Whatever ruling that guy gives will be what Goodell tells him to do. I have a feeling.
And I think with the new CBA, the NFLPA, they said they kind of waived their right to federal, what's the word I'm looking for? Appeal. I think they waived their right
really?
to federal appeal. Yeah, because in the last CBA, they it was always Goodell came down and then they appealed it, and if the NFL still said no, then they went federal. That's what happened with Brady and I think Zeke and some other people. And now the terms are explicitly, this is it.
Yeah.
There's the ruling. Each side can appeal. Then the appeal is done with.
I saw rumors about some sort of federal lawsuit if this does trend towards
No, that's what I'm
indefinite,
saying.
but
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know if
saying.
that can actually happen now.
Yeah, everyone was saying per the CBA contract language, the federal lawsuit, contracts are made to be broken, right? So obviously there's probably still an avenue, but if you take it point blank, then no, they can't do anything, which is whatever.
Right. And so as we stand now, he did get the 6 games from the independent arbitrator, I guess is the term for it. So if it does stay at 6, which doesn't sound like it would, he would return at week 7 against the Ravens in a division game. But given the last 24 hours worth of news, it doesn't seem like he'll be back.
Wasn't
that early.
the Browns first bit of games cakewalks pretty much?
That's the easiest.
They had the easiest first 6 based on, I
think
believe,
it's-
win
I don't-
percentage.
I think it goes even further than the first 6. I think it's the easiest 6-game stretch in the NFL.
I think that's based on last year's win percentage, and looking
Yeah,
at
which
it, that
obviously
does
is-
make sense.
Yeah.
Iffy, yeah.
Right.
But I don't know if we can expect this. They play the Steelers, I think, during that 6-game stretch, right?
Right, and given how their quarterbacks were looked in
Yeah,
camp,
they're going to be
that's-
worse
yeah,
than last year.
Right,
They just signed Deontay Johnson,
they did.
2-year deal. They're now star wide receiver, I guess.
He's very underrated, I
Yeah.
think, across the league. But yeah,
He's their number 1 now.
right. Well, yeah, him and Claypool,
Fine.
but it should be Johnson.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot about Claypool.
Yeah, Juju to Kansas City, but him and Claypool will be leading that receiver core.
Deontay Johnson, Cleveland State Vikings, number 35 forward, average 7.5 points a game. He's 6'9", 210. Seems like a solid pickup for the Steelers. Red zone
2
threat.
years, $39.5 million past this year, $27 million guaranteed. He will be a Steeler through 2025.
How do you spell Deontay?
Dionte.
TAE.
T-A-E.
Wait, what? Did he play with them last year?
Yeah,
His whole
he got
career,
drafted.
yeah.
Yeah.
2 year, $36 million.
39.5. Yeah, up to 39.5.
Wow.
He was Oklahoma State, right?
He was at Toledo, so close.
Holy Toledo. I was thinking of Washington. That was that other guy they had.
James Washington.
Yeah.
So that's what we got on Deshaun. Again, things are moving pretty quick now. Almost daily, we're learning something else after a couple of weeks of not much
He's
actively going
been
on.
participating in training camp, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's trying to do that PR machine. He's always retweeting like parents and kids being like, Deshaun's so nice. He signed my ball. It's like that's not the first that he signed some balls.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Habitat for Humanity guy.
Eric Ward? Eric Ward?
Derek
Ward?
Crap, who's that guy?
I don't know.
Who are you thinking of? Oh, I know you're thinking of.
Derek Ward? Derek Ward.
Maybe.
That sounds right. Work done.
That's
we were literally just had the name switch.
We're getting warmer.
Hey, Ward, what a name.
But this just like, and then the other thing that happened on the MLB trade deadline was freaking
well, everything happens.
Their first and third round pick, just proving that NFL is king. Like,
yeah,
if the NFL wants to have a day, it doesn't matter what's going on in sports. The NFL will take it. It's like how they play games on Christmas Day now.
Yeah.
For 10 years.
Screw you, NBA.
Yeah, that's the NBA's day. Like, we're gonna play games. Like,
and it's like one game, and it still just pulls way more.
But I mean, I don't really pay attention. For some reason, I don't pay attention to the NBA games. Well, on Christmas, but Thanksgiving and NFL games are.
I don't pay attention to the other 365. Neither do you.
That's true. I always forget that they play on Christmas. It's like I don't know why.
Yeah, that was their day until Goodell decided it wasn't.
Every year, like if it's on a Tuesday, I don't think they do it.
Well, they do it every year.
Wasn't a couple.
That's
this year's on a Sunday, isn't it?
Slate.
Yeah, this year's a Sunday, so it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to you mentioned the Dolphins losing a first-round pick for trying to convince Brady to come play for them is just hilarious.
But they still have a first-round pick.
That's
right.
true.
But like I saw somebody say, like this is make or break for Tua.
Oh,
right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like since they don't have another pick, now it's like
they're gonna go quarterback first pick.
Yeah.
That they have.
The pressure on him and the rest of the young talent to produce now, given that, is even more.
The only problem is they got taken away their pick and not the 49ers pick. And I would assume that the 49ers are going to be better than the Dolphins.
That's a pretty safe bet.
It'll be a low pick.
But speaking of, what do we think of Trey Lance? We'll save it. We'll save it for NFL.
We'll get there.
Yeah. But speaking of quarterbacks, I don't know if we mentioned it last week, but Kyler Murray's getting his homework taken out.
I think that broke post-recording, but yeah, the homework clause telling him to do his job off the field, well, out of the building too, was removed because I guess they trust him with 8 figures and an iPad to have film on it. So that is not going to be part of his contract. Well, at a time. And then he had a little impromptu press conference for 10-15 minutes just saying how ridiculous it was and pretty much pushing back on the media narratives that came from it. I don't know what he expected, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even if stats don't lie.
Right. I mean, there's maps and charts all over Twitter now of his performance during double XP weekends on Call of Duty. And correlation is not causation. There's a lot of correlation going on with that.
My favorite stats rule: correlation is not causation.
That's what you will.
Being like, it's not 100%, but like
it's higher than it should be.
Wait,
Look
into it a little more.
They don't paint him in the best light. It's
double XP
consistent.
weekend is not every weekend, so
no. But it's random enough to where it's pretty.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen anything about the new Call of Duty. Have you guys?
No. I haven't really played much like video games.
Until next summer.
Yeah.
Right. NCAA coming out.
I don't care how much I'm buying it. I don't care if it's $400.
They could put it at $200. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. That thing is going to sell out so quick. I mean,
as long as they don't mess it up like EA has Madden.
That's what I'm worried about.
You see teams are having to agree to be in it. I think Clemson's one of them.
Has.
Yeah.
No, it's every school except Notre Dame and one more.
Last time I saw Clemson wasn't even in it.
I saw the same video you did, Bailey. They might be in it, but not in the same capacity. I can't imagine a game without Power 5 schools in it.
Yeah, I can't imagine a game where you leave out Clemson.
And Notre Dame.
Yeah.
They're in a kind of more unique situation, but
Those are
any
two
Power
good-
5 school, I feel like they're going to find a way to shoehorn them in there, whether there's agreements or not.
Well, I mean, Clemson's likeness basically was in Madden because it had
No,
like that.
Clemson was in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they did that my player career thing or
Yeah.
whatever, and you could
It's
choose
sick.
Clemson.
right.
I think it had all the players too. No, it was random. They were random, dude.
So
I don't
apparently
think they
there's,
had names.
there's a CLC partnership, which I'm not going to read into that too much. A collegiate licensing company. And this was written in 2021 of February, and 118 of 130 FBS teams are in it.
I think
Clemson-
we're on the outside of that, I believe.
No, Clemson, I'm looking at it right here. Nope,
Okay.
I'm wrong.
But that was last year.
Yeah. But
So
I mean,
maybe by now.
if y'all saw that thing, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they listed about that number sounds right as far as a dozen
Right.
being out.
they might have just referenced that exact article, and it's been
That's
a
true,
year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. One would hope that gets rectified well before next
Yeah,
July.
pay them whatever you want. Just get our people in the. I mean,
Right.
you can leave out the group of 5, and there might be a little outrage, but like,
Oh,
Yeah.
we need Chase Price. Come on now.
actually, I take it back. I would be mad if there wasn't group of 5. Like half the fun of
I was
NCAA
about
is
to
like
say
Yeah.
the fun teams
You're
were all
taking-
yeah.
with like Ball State.
Taking Akron to the national championship.
Yeah.
Summer of 2024. We are back.
23.
23. Whoa.
You scared me, Big B. You scared me.
We're getting old.
If it was 24, I'd have been mad.
Yeah.
So,
And that was NCAA football talk.
yeah, we might get into more college football next weekend. Who knows?
Oh, we're getting a preview going.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of receivers getting paid, that happened a couple of times since we last spoke to you guys. Debo Samuel got a new deal, 58.1 guaranteed. DK Metcalf got a deal as well, 58.2 guaranteed, including a $30 million signing bonus. That's the biggest ever for a receiver. And looking
I
at
have-
Seattle's roster, who
I
else
have-
would they give that to?
I have a question.
Yes.
And this has always confused me with NFL contracts. When they say a deal is $58 million and
Right.
the signing bonus is 30,
Yeah.
There's
is
20.
the deal 82 or is the deal now 22?
I think the number they report for optics and the agents and everything like that is the max value, like up to, including like the
signing
expected
bonus-
bonuses.
If the signing bonus is $50 million and the contract is 10 years, $100 million, $50 million of that, $100 million is a bonus up front. So then it's 5 years, $5 million per year at 10 years in salary.
If they had one like that, yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I'm not as educated as I probably should be on that, but
That's some
That's
legal.
not re-
no, yeah. I mean, unless
get
you're
your
the
agent
Saints, then
friends.
the cap's very well.
They can literally write DK Metcalf a check for this year for $30 million, but push it off to like 2096.
Right. That's what the Saints did for until they got caught, was kicking the can down the road until they couldn't kick it anymore. Right, but they've had cap casualties recently, whereas before.
Oh, yeah,
they weren't that.
Yeah.
The
No
Rams
cap.
are gonna have that in a couple of years, but not right now.
No cap.
No cap.
Did who was it? Rappaport or Schefter that broke the Debo news? They called him a weapon instead of wide receiver.
Oh,
didn't
that was
see
that
that.
was. I saw that. That was agent PR.
Yeah,
That's like whenever
Kittle.
what's his name, like Shockey or Kittle. No,
It was Kittle.
No, it was Shockey originally. That was like, I don't want to be paid as a tight end. I want
Yeah.
to be paid as a receiver.
Yeah,
Right, based on his role in receptions and things like
Right.
that.
Which
But
makes
Kittle has almost a
Kittle
better
got the
argument
wide
than he
receiver
did.
tight end money.
yeah. Doesn't Kittle have like $100 million?
Yeah, I would pay
He's
him.
okay.
Kelsey's up there too. I mean,
Tight end is crazy.
they're the two clear best, I think.
Because, like,
So,
Mark
Right
Andrews
now,
is not
I
far.
feel like tight end should be paid more because like wide receivers right now, I feel like every year there's like 3 phenomenal receivers that you can draft in the first round. Tight ends, there's what, like 4 really good ones?
and they don't go first round a lot of times.
Right.
I think I've been taking Kelsey. No, I have Kelsey in a keeper because I got him like the second or
Who
third
is
round.
it? Kelsey, Kittle,
Andrews, Waller would be up there.
Waller. Yeah, that's like the 4 that I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Hawkinson's getting up there.
quickly.
But like there were 4 wide receiver deals signed last month for $50 million.
Yeah.
Right.
You could have a whole first round be straight wide receivers.
Yeah. People are drafting Cooper Kupp with like top 3, 4, 5 picks in fantasy. So I mean, it
makes sense.
Yeah.
Was he the top fantasy getter last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you weren't drafting him there either. So he was a league winner to say the least.
Is Devontae the number 1 wide receiver to go after right now, or?
That was Cooper Kupp.
I think it's Kupp and maybe Jefferson. Devontae Adams is definitely up there, but that changes scenery and downgrading quarterback. I think people may be cautious. Plus, you got Renfro, Waller in that offense, Jacobs too. I mean, it's crowded. Whereas in Green Bay, it was him and then just prayers. But
now Green Bay, it's just nobody.
It's Amari Rodgers,
Alan Lazard, and Amari Rodgers, and then Sammy Watkins.
Gone, right?
No, he's still there, dropping passes apparently. But...
No, Lazard left.
Did he? No, he's still there.
Pretty sure he went to
I thought he left too.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure he went to.
Yeah, because there's that thing about joking with Aaron Rodgers about he might be in Vegas now, actually.
Or was it Scant? No, he's still with.
No, Scantling is there because I saw a report today. He's dropping passes all day. Which, if you're going to drop passes, do it in camp. But...
Oh, Lord. Anyways, let's move on. Energy seems low. Let's get it up. Get it up.
Pump up the crowd. Pump it.
Let's do a little MLB trade deadline for the people. That's one of the ones that people don't actually follow that much.
And it got
hot. The Padres won, and the rest doesn't matter. If you want one takeaway.
They won for the next 3 years, and then.
Right. They have a very short, very real window.
I had with a certain person.
Go ahead.
Good insight, guy.
Yeah. Who gets more All-Star games for the rest of their career, not including the ones they've already had? Juan Soto and Josh Bell, or everyone the Nationals just traded for? Yeah.
I would almost lean Soto because of how guaranteed it is, essentially, unless he gets hurt.
But I mean,
I'll throw in Eric Hosmer too, and Luke Voigt.
Yeah, if C.J. Abrams is gonna.
Yeah.
The shortstop in the National League is gonna be tough to get.
Right. You got to think about that too. Is where they play.
I disagree. C.J. Abrams, calling it right now, bust. I have a
bolt at this point.
Certain person backing me up, but bust.
I mean, do you think he'll be getting the guaranteed pick for the Nationals, or who's that going to be now?
That's the thing. You're guaranteed one a year. If it's going to be somebody for the Nationals, that group is a pretty safe bet, at least in a couple of years, to be one of those guys. But I mean, Soto seems like automatic almost.
Soto, Tatis, Machado.
Soto will have at least 10 more.
Right.
Yeah. Especially with the NL with the DH. Well, he didn't get it this year. Never mind.
He made the All-Star game.
He did.
But he wasn't.
I thought he was in the Derby.
Oh yeah. I didn't. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, clearly.
I was thinking starting, and I forget Yeah,
does that count? Is it just named, or can you be at any point? Because I mean, I think like 10% of MLB this year made it.
Yeah. It was like 14, but yeah.
Yeah.
Quite. Literally, Braves had like 7.
Yeah, every day 5 more guys were All-Stars, which I get, but also I don't because it's.
I mean, the All-Star game, it's in the middle of the season. It's so meaningless. Like.
Yeah. Especially pitchers too. Like they'll pitch like, I pitched like 10 days ago. I'm not throwing the All-Star game.
Max Fried.
He pitched the day before, 2 days before.
Well, yeah.
Like 95 pitches. You want that man to run out there 2 days later?
Yes.
Mets do.
Still different.
Yeah.
Speaking of trades in the Mets,
they did nothing.
They did. They got a built-in trade. Jacob deGrom came back.
Oh, we're doing that.
Yeah.
I hate that narrative.
The guy who said repeatedly he's going to opt out in 2 months. Mets legend. Jacob deGrom.
Yeah.
And of course, in his first start, they lose. They give him like 1 run of.
Dude, he was so dominant though.
Congrats to anybody who had Nationals plus 360 to beat deGrom.
It was plus 360.
Yes.
I saw a picture earlier that said the average MLB fastball this year is like 93, and his average slider was like 92 in his first start.
Dude, he's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was 5 innings, 1 run, 6 Ks, 56 pitches.
That
First
first
time.
at bat was just scary.
Like,
I don't know if I caught that. But.
Imagine just getting up there and shit, Jacob deGrom's back. I'm screwed.
other than that, the Mets didn't do anything. I mean, they got Daniel Vogelback, who hit a grand salami yesterday, but
Right. He's a platoon piece. They
Yeah,
got a
but-
reliever in Darren Ruff from the Giants, but that was literally it. That was their entire.
The
I looked it
Giants
up
did some
thinking I
moving.
must have missed something, but no. I mean, Vogelbach was pretty much the headliner with them.
Was it one more guy? No, that was earlier this year. I can't
the
remember.
Braves won the trade deadline.
Well, yeah.
Thank
You
you,
got-
Grayson. You want to get into that one there, buddy?
I'll let you guys
Yeah.
start.
Tell us how you feel about trading your all-star closer.
Who we just extended.
To a
Right.
team that has a Hall of Fame closer.
Yeah.
for
I don't
Tucker
know.
Davidson, and
I-
Jesse Chavez.
I guess at least we're not paying the rest of the contract like every other big deal we've signed that doesn't work out. I think
Chavez is good.
Oh God,
I
yeah.
don't-
You're gonna do it in Chavez and Tucker is Tucker.
he's in our rotation this weekend, so I guess we'll
Chavez
see.
is 38, dude. How funny would it be like if Tuck just goes out there and throws like
Deals.
8 scoreless?
That'd be nice because
He
Tuki's
had-
not starting this weekend, like I told y'all. Because
Like not?
Jansen Junk got
Yeah, he-
shelled and he came in for him.
Jacob wasn't in there yet.
But
Yeah, Tukey has.
How many pitches did he throw?
not many. But if he's going to be an opener, I mean, he could still pitch. I don't know.
Saturday?
He did walk 2 guys, so it was plenty of pitches. He only got 2 outs.
Oh, so
I
he's
don't
back.
know if he stayed.
Tukey's
in
back,
that
baby.
long.
Diggy's back.
Yeah. I mean, Tucker had those flashes of potential, but never could string multiple starts in a row. So.
I'll
Charlie,
say this: the
terrible.
rotation in the Angels organization is a lot easier to crack than the one in Atlanta. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
those flashes will go a lot further.
You'll see that Jesse Chavez has been the most traded player in MLB history.
It's like
That's-
11, 12 times now.
No, it's true.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's been traded like 12 times. He's been traded like twice to the Angels, 3 times to the Braves, bounced from the Cubs to Tampa. There's a whole yeah.
Jesse Chavez.
He's a pimp.
That's awesome.
We also traded Noah Syndergaard for Mickey Moniak, so there was that.
Who you DFA'd?
I was kidding about that.
Oh.
I was predicting it. That
Would you
has
put
not
it past
happened
him
yet.
though?
No. because
See, you
he's-
see how like realistic that is.
Yeah, he's awful.
He played center field last night. He's in the lineup again today. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
for 2.
going on there. That doesn't surprise me. He's batting like 150 in the bigs this year. So
Yeah, you wish.
Syndergaard's first start is tonight too.
25.
That's true. well, I mean, he's had 2 nights to torpedo that further. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Ooh, 8-4 to the Athletics.
Who?
Yikes.
You guys
The
are losing
Angels.
day games to the Phillies. I don't want to hear it. This counts as a day game, which should be illegal.
We don't win day games. These
Yeah.
are automatic losses.
We had a first pitch at 4, and we're gonna lose 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show Jacob deGrom's baseball savant page. Look at all the red.
I mean, it's all red except for that 2 things that are very light
I mean,
red.
that's still red.
That's ridiculous.
Is that one game?
Yeah,
Well,
I
just
know.
keep numbers.
Yeah, but I don't care. I love Jacob deGrom.
Oh, God,
He's
yeah.
slated to pitch again
Future
Sunday,
Brave.
correct?
Yes, correct. He only averaged 99.7 last out
I don't think,
Only.
but only in that.
across
He's a
31 pitches.
Who's he going up against?
The man, the myth.
Faster
Rookie of the
fastball.
year.
Yeah.
He's a guy you can say only 99.7 for.
Better slider.
Better change up, obviously.
Go watch YouTube. We get ad revenue. I was shaking my head now.
A silent yes.
If you want Jacob's
Uh,
serious reactions to our not serious comments, then yeah,
You
go
have
to
to go
YouTube.
check the YouTube where we have, I think, we're approaching 100,000 subscribers.
We are not.
Come on now. Hype
Well, I
it up.
guess we technically we are approaching 100,000, but we have a couple more milestones in front of that to get to first.
It's on the climb.
Yeah, I mean, it's all relative, right?
right.
Like relative to a billion,
Yeah,
we're approaching.
Yeah.
We're closer to a million
100
than a
than
billion.
a billion. Yep.
That's, yeah.
That's actually a fact. It's actually a fact.
So I know we touched on the Soto and Bell, but Padres, I mean, they also got Drury. I mean, they traded for Hader too.
Noted racist.
Drury hit a grand slam last night. His
First pitch.
debut.
Yeah.
But yeah, that team is looking extremely loaded.
They're 11.5 back in the West.
Yes, that's current as of today. They are firmly in that second wild card spot. I think 3 games behind you guys until it's the Mets, and then 3 games up on the third team, which I can't remember off the top of my head. That would, probably.
I think it's the Cardinals. It might be the Phillies now.
Yeah, that might be true.
I looked earlier. I didn't write it down. I don't remember what that third team is, but they're 3 games clear either way in that wild card. So one would think, especially now, they are postseason bound, whether it's
wild
card or not.
Phillies are tied with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are only 3-4 games back in the Central. So
no,
could be another one that flips.
Yeah, half game.
Yeah. So.
Might be the one prediction I get right this year. That'd be nice.
That third wild card is going to be quite interesting.
We did predictions, right, before this season?
Yeah, I said Cardinals in the Central. You said Brewers, so we'll see. I also said Toronto's going to win the World Series, so there's that.
What did I say?
I had Braves.
I know.
Safe bet.
Write this down.
Yeah, sure. I wrote. Well,
I wrote mine down. I don't know if you guys wrote yours down.
I'm 99% positive I did.
I think somewhere I did.
Do we have a graphic put out for that or no?
No, that was pre we got smart on Twitter.
That was our first episode, I think, actually. So yeah, there's definitely a record of that.
So guys, go back and go check that out. I'm checking our statistics right now. Like I said, we're an open and honest podcast. And we currently have, not bad, 6 million plays.
Once again, closer to 1 million than 1 billion.
Yeah, there's someone's getting fired at YouTube for messing up data.
Last episode was our most listened to.
Good. On that upward trajectory. Keep that going. Other contenders that actually did things like the Mets, the Yankees brought in Frankie Montas and Andrew Benintendi.
And
Harrison Bader at the buzzer for Jordan Montgomery. Benintendi is 1 for 20 with 6 Ks at the plate as a Yankee so far. So him and Joey Gallo. Well, I guess Gallo is now across the country with the Dodgers, but
ESPN gave that a D+ trade for the Dodgers getting Gallo.
They found their second Gallo, apparently. One would think that that's going to self-correct pretty quickly.
It's got to be like Pujols. About to show out. New team.
It's 20 years younger, but yeah.
30?
Depends on who you ask.
Let's set the betting lines. How long it takes for after Albert Pujols retires for his real age to come out?
Minute.
He's gonna die at 64, and then
everybody's gonna be like, "What's going on here?"
The corner's gonna be like, "Wait, you say 64? He has the bones of a 112-year-old." He entered the league when he was 50. Played till he was 70.
He was 50 in L.A. I know that. Well,
talk about steroids.
The AL team.
One thing you could say about Albert Pujols.
Clean guy.
It's not poor. Thank you, Angels. All right?
We do that for a lot of people, unfortunately.
Rendon?
Yeah. Josh Hamilton.
Mike Trout?
Not Ohtani.
Well,
after this.
We would if he wanted to.
Talking baseball. We're talking baseball. How funny is it that you gave about $2 billion to Josh Hamilton,
C.J. Wilson,
Pujols, Anthony Rendon, maybe C.J. Wilson, I don't know.
That was a big one.
Mike Trout, but you cannot sign Shohei Ohtani.
Well, I mean, we could. He just doesn't want our money. I don't blame him.
You got like 8 years left of Mike Trout, and he can't turn his back. That's a pretty important part of being a baseball player.
He's going to start swinging, I think, today. This is 2 weeks post-cortisone shot, so we're getting in the right direction.
Toradol.
Yeah, give him the Danny special. He'll be back tonight.
Oh,
I'm taking Toradol.
I don't care what he takes as long as he plays. I don't care if it's legal or not. Trey Mancini joined the Astros, hit a home run in his first at-bat. Christian Vasquez of the Red Sox also down to Houston, and what fans probably didn't like is a trade. Boston tried buying and selling at the same time. Didn't really work, but they do get Eric Hosmer for free. The Orioles got close to the playoffs and decided that they don't want to do that because they traded their closer, Jorge Lopez, and one of the more recent, since maybe Adam Jones, the most beloved player in Baltimore, and Trey Mancini. So they are selling and pretty much putting up the white flag in the wild card race.
What odds are you giving me that the Orioles make the playoffs?
5-1. It's just not going to happen.
All they did was trade Mancini.
And their closer.
Yeah.
Who anchored that bullpen.
Who cares? The Orioles are so good they beat every team by 8. They don't need a closer.
I would disagree with that without even looking.
I would
8-1? No. They probably beat the Angels by 8, but like actual real good teams, probably not.
They have a +7 run differential.
Whoa!
We know how important run differentials to some people. So
Yankees have +206.
that almost seems low.
Dodgers have +208.
By the way, I just want to say since the trade deadline, the Orioles have won 3 in a row.
Right. So, that's admirable, but it's not going to continue.
They're the hottest team in baseball.
Well,
Literally.
I can't say it anymore. Dang it. Never mind. I forgot we suck again. But yeah.
Are you guys losing again?
Oh, no.
We're actively losing to the Athletics. So
The Padres have won 5 in a row.
The Padres
they might not lose again.
Yeah. And the Tatis isn't even back.
Did Soto start today?
Yes.
Started
last night. He
Started last
walked and I think he like base hitter too. Yeah, Tatis started swinging live this week, so maybe probably closer to
off the
playoffs,
bike.
but we'll be back.
Get him off a motorcycle.
We got to pick up this pod.
No more Harley Davidsons for.
We're 45 minutes in. We're on the first bullet point.
We started at the bottom.
Yeah, that's true too. We got through everything else.
Okay.
What we talked about the Angels and Braves trade. Thanks AA for ripping my heart out and any value out of
you, Grayson.
Iglesias. But
That got ripped out like 2
Welcome.
months ago.
well, fair. But now it's like there's finality to it. What do you guys think about the Braves, the deadline, and how they look going forward?
Got rid of Will Smith.
Fan favorite.
It's the Will Smith experience. I
I got
didn't
3
make
words.
hit me.
2 back.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with that.
Gotta say.
We ride it, Dawn. Let's roll.
The Mets stood pat pretty much. They're confident in their chances out east.
5 games set this weekend with
So
them.
they read the name on the front of their jersey and they're like, oh shit, we're the Mets.
Big series kicking off tomorrow night with the
Tonight.
Braves. So 4 game. Okay.
5.
5.
Doubleheader on Saturday.
Ooh. All
So
right. I'll be
everybody's
watching
going.
that instead of the Angels. Perfect.
Yeah, just come over.
I'm gonna watch the Jaguars.
Yeah, we skipped over that. NFL is back, baby.
Football
NFL's back!
back. By the
NFL
time we
Plus.
get this out, you guys are probably sitting down watching, not starters, but it is NFL football. Jags Raiders kicking off the NFL preseason. Won't be starters. No Travis, no Trevor for the Jaguars. So many Clemson fans looking to see those two on the same field again. Finally, I have to wait another month or so.
Chatley or whatever his name is.
I'm getting there. I don't think he's
Hunter
going to play either.
Renfrow. You got John. You got Trayvon.
I don't think any of those guys are playing. I was going to rattle off the list.
Farrell is playing. He is
He
not.
has to
He will
play.
play.
He's the rep.
He
Yeah.
has to play.
Yeah.
I think I watched 1 quarter of preseason football, if that.
In my life.
Yeah, that's pretty much Hall of Fame game or bust for
Yeah.
me. I watched some Chargers highlights. That's about it.
Get a little raunchy over there.
Check the YouTube. See what I did.
Yeah, so plenty of former Clemson talent in this game. They might not, well, they will not all play, but that gives me an excuse to watch at least. And it's, first football game of the year. College not getting started yet, but that gives us time for a preview episode. I think if you guys are good with it, we're going to do that next
Yeah.
week,
Got
earlier
fall
in the
camp.
week,
2
if
weeks.
possible.
2 weeks.
What are we going to do
2
next
weeks?
week, though? Exactly. So college football next week because there's nothing else happening post MLB trade deadline, which means it's time for me to stop watching the Angels. And these two get ready for a playoff run as of late. And so we will come at you with predictions on anything you could think of. The first game in week 0 is the 27th. So we are just over 3 weeks away from college football. And we'll be doing conference winners, playoff, Heisman, everything you can think of. I know Jake will have hot takes. Me and Baylor will try and keep up in that department. And, of course, we'll talk our alma mater in Clemson and see how they rebound from what is purported to be the worst 10-3 season of all time. So
I will give you guys a preview on my Clemson hot take.
Give us one. Save the rest. Give us one in the middle.
Cade Klubnik will become the starter by quarter 3 of game 1.
Quarter 3. Okay, that counts. I thought you were going to say quarter 3 of the season. I was like, that's not. Okay, so.
Game 1 against Georgia Tech. Yeah.
I'm thinking he sucks in the first half. DJ does.
Shocker.
We give him 2 series after that. Pull the plug. I'm talking Trevor Lawrence action.
Nope. It's going to be Trevor and Kelly, for the first couple games, and then.
Well, that was a month-long thing. I think he came in, and it was like game 4.
He started game 4, but he came in. They switched off series. But
you're right.
I need you to know this. Kelly Bryant wasn't terrible.
No, he was not. He took that team to a Sugar Bowl.
Ukulele is awful.
Yeah.
I think he's earned the right to have one last shot at starting.
But still.
I think that needs to be said. He has earned the right to start the season, and if he can seize the opportunity, then
you might lose it in fall.
You
know how Dabo is with veteran guys anyway.
That doesn't mean he earned it.
No, I'm saying
Vince led us to the Cheez-It Bowl.
Barely.
There were
he was
other
hurt
issues
half the time.
as well. I'm not saying we're an elite team.
We won that game because of defensive touchdowns.
Shout out Mario.
Right. Well, that's true too. We had injuries, stuff like that too. But yeah, I think he just. Yeah, but I think he might have just walked off, but that's fine. By earned, I mean he can get through a fall camp as now a third-year guy, and will take the field as a starter against Georgia Tech. Now, beyond that, I don't think he's owed anything. As Dabo has shown, he likes to roll with the older guys, but if they don't perform, then they're coming out in favor of younger talent behind them. That
laptop die.
My computer died.
Oh, no. Thought you were pulling a Kellerman on first take and just leaving. That's fine.
I'm in a sick entrance to leave off of. He led us to the Cheez-It Bowl.
That timing really had me thinking you were just like throwing things around your house.
Well, because you went like this, and I was like, oh, he's gone.
I thought we had driven you away. But yeah, so all that and like I said, any big predictions you usually get, we'll have them for you next week on the college football preview. After that, we'll start looking at NFL. That might be 2 weeks, as much as we can cover. Just trying to get through August before football really kicks off.
We might do NFC, AFC.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Short synopsis of the Panthers preview. Shit. Carry on.
The most polarizing quarterback battle in the history.
No. We don't need to say anything else more about the Panthers.
No,
yeah, that's it. Literally,
they'll get there 90.
Shut your mouth.
60 seconds. But yeah, so that's what we got coming up. We got through NFL training camp, the Deshaun situation, MLB trade deadline, looking towards the back half of the MLB season in full swing. Do you guys have anything else?
That was a solid episode. I think short, sweet, to the point, not as long because there's not much going on.
Yeah. I mean, you can only talk so much about baseball.
But yeah, so that's all we got this week. College football preview next week, probably earlier in the week. Try and get it out to you that early Monday, Tuesday-ish schedule again, if our schedules permit. And yeah, we're on Twitter at the 1009 podcast, and then on YouTube as well, the 1009 podcast, and our website, the1009.com, for any written stuff that we have. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Check us out.
Deuces.
Subscribe.